Hey there, this is Marc, and I'm doing the reading from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. This is an evening time reading. Didn't quite get to it earlier. This is for April 24th. I actually read this in class and then did that thing again where I forgot to record myself. So here it is. April 24th, welcome the disturbance. It's a question and answer. To Swami Satchidananda. Question: you often say, don't do anything that would disturb your peace. If someone has an irrational fear, should he or she try to get over it by doing the feared thing, even though this might disturb the person's peace? And Sri Gurudev says, in this situation, you are consciously trying to get over a phobia. At first, facing it will cause a disturbance, but you should welcome that kind of disturbance. Why? Because the phobia is disturbing you all the time, and this other disturbance is purposely created by you in order to make you well. You are getting some pain in order to get a real gain. If you understand that you are doing it for ultimate benefit, the temporary disturbance of your peace is not going to affect you. The ultimate motive is more important. Though on the surface you might seem to be getting more disturbed for a short time, within yourself you feel happy about it. There's nothing wrong with getting disturbed in such a way for a good cause. Welcome the disturbance. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times we'll think when we're getting challenged or something starts to get really difficult or there's resistance that we think, oh, I should probably, move away from this because it's disturbing me. But I like this distinction here. It's if you recognize it's to help bring some kind of healing or balance, some reorienting of a relationship so that it feels more peaceful, that if for a temporary time there has to be something that feels uncomfortable, knowing that it's for the cause of releasing ourselves from some other thing that binds us, then it's good. So even though, yes, Swami Satchidananda is known for that statement, do everything you can to retain your peace. That's the most important thing, retain your peace at all costs. So someone might say, oh, but if I, is it going to I'll keep my peace if I just go ahead and eat that piece of chocolate instead of trying to resist eating it. Because if I resist it, then I start to feel frustrated and cranky and irritable. So, I might as well just eat it and then I'll feel peaceful again. But if our intention is to try to stop eating the chocolate, stop drinking the coffee, stop smoking the cigarette, stop, whatever those things are that we're really committed to making a change, there's going to be that test where it's going to be difficult because part of our body has already been, in many cases, addicted to the thing, or it's somehow got intertwined with the way our brain chemistry works, that for us to pull that apart is going to be difficult. And if we always avoid going through any of those kind of difficulties that actually are helping us grow, then we're going to stay immature. We're going to stay, at the very least, stuck in a pattern that we may complain about and it may never change. I think about this also in the addiction recovery model. And there might be a moment when in the recovery part, it feels really painful. A lot of things start coming up because the addiction blocked a lot of the emotions. The addiction blocked a lot of the things that we weren't able to cope and manage. So all of a sudden, those might start to come back. Those might start to surface. And it's like, oh, I don't want to deal with those. Okay, back to the addiction. Or just go, avoid them. And avoid having to go through that process of truly healing, whatever that is. And that's an option. We have it, right? We don't have to go through this. We don't have to disturb ourselves with this context of what he's saying here. We could stay. But if something has reached a point in our life, or we've reached a point in our life where there is that part of us that's saying, enough, I'm ready to see this become different. I'm ready to see this change. Well, then like he says here, welcome the disturbance or welcome the disruption, because that's going to be the thing that'll help us really make that change and that shift to see a new pathway. Our brain is set up so that whatever it is that we've been doing, whether that thing we're doing we want to stop, has fixed itself to responses of, oh, I'm uncomfortable, oh, I feel lonely, oh, I feel hurt, oh, I feel tired. And then we use all these things to help shift that response. It's possible that we're masking some of our real feelings. And so once we are letting ourselves really feel, we can probably work through something and become more free than we ever imagined. I know that's been the case for myself, going through recovery process, going through the path of yoga, where we look at all the different elements of our life. Where am I causing harm? Where can I minimize? Where do I need to be more truthful? Where am I being greedy? Where am I not using my energy well? Where can I be more organized and more tidy in my life? Where can I accept that this is a difficult moment, but I know that it's to help strengthen me versus to help break me down, or versus to break me down or to cause me to feel weak and lost? Is it possible these are experiences helping me to become more courageous and strong, more fearless, and more awake? And I think we'll only know that if we look back and reflect on some of those moments in our life where that has happened, where we've made it through some of these hurdles, some of these difficult moments, where we accepted and even welcomed that disturbance, and then made it through and saw, wow, that was worth it. That was, even something like, going through a hike, a climb, making it through a challenging, what did I used to do? Those classes were called Core 40, like making it through one of those and just feeling like it was really difficult and it was intense, but I feel so good after. So it's like, okay, I'm able to welcome that intensity because I know, one, it's temporary, and I know, two, that it's to help me get stronger, to help protect my body, to help me be in a better state of fitness and well-being. Okay, those are some of the thoughts that came up on that. I hope some of that was useful. And and just notice, so we don't always have to welcome it. That's the last thing I guess I'll say. Sometimes we need to, put a pause on some of these things. If it gets too much, there's no rush, letting things unfold in the time that they feel manageable. And sometimes we do get pushed and we do have to figure something out. And we're going through like this narrow passage. It starts to get hot and uncomfortable because we need to get through it. We need to move ourselves along and have that layer of ourselves be peeled off, to become more aware of what our true nature is, to become aware of who we truly are. And that's why I know I need to maintain these practices. There's so much still that feels like I'm working to uncover about, where are the areas that I'm feeling blocked, and why is that, and what is it that I need to release more from? Where am I not being very flexible? Let my practice inform me little bit by little bit. All right, now I will really end. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you tomorrow.